Alright, so tearing down the lies of the enemy and exposing their secret alien agenda, their secret alien political agenda. Welcome back to the program, everybody. Welcome back to another show. Welcome back to another episode. Good morning or good afternoon to all of my viewers, listeners, and Soul Tribe family. The name of this program is called It's a Conspiracy, but it ain't no theory. It's a Conspiracy, but it ain't no theory is a nonprofit social service agency suicide prevention campaign servicing the needs of families and foster children at risk, lending my voice to help raise awareness by soft publishing a book trilogy called Lucy's Lair. Lucy's Lair is a graphic novel based on true events following my life as a freelance artist. This program is intended to help encourage, heal, and empower survivors of cancel culture and rape culture, providing free information and evidence regarding child abuse, sexual assault, domestic violence, electronic harassment, gang stalking, conspiracy, and true organized crimes against humanity. Your company can help by providing funds in a grant or by donating goods and services as I continue delivering this information and evidence to the public and advocating for foster children in need. Thank you in advance for all of your support. Alright, so on today's episode, I am going to be discussing gang stalking, occult ritual stalking per usual, hypersimulation theory, covert psychological operations, covert psychological warfare, surviving the New World Disorder, surviving the New World War per usual, surviving manufactured chaos, surviving manufactured karma spelled with a C, surviving white genocide, and surviving the electronic targeting Holocaust. So this counterculture is obsessed with conspiracy to sabotage my reputation and life. My name is Adrienne Alese. I'm the author and creator of a book trilogy called Lucy's Lair, Part 1, 2, and now 3. Lucy's Lair is a book trilogy reflecting my life as a survivor of rape culture, child sex trafficking, and psychological gas chambers. On this program, I advocate for women's rights, basic human rights, and the rights of those disabled. I also advocate on behalf of the foster children in the CPS systems, orphans, single mothers, foster mothers, and those less fortunate. Targeted individuals or trafficked victims are predominantly women. 65 to 70% of targeted individuals or trafficked victims are white American women or those who identify as such. This makes gang stalking an illegal operation or hate crime that is sexually and politically motivated towards American women and their children. This program is a dedication to the targeted individual community. The objective of the opposition or the counterintelligence program, COINTELPRO 2.0, is to subvert all of the target's potentiality, to terminate and to punish all supporters and sympathizers, which is why nobody cares. To round down the target's output and audience, to marginalize the target, and to eliminate connections and networking ability. Spiritually suffocating in life, so many people are slowly asphyxiating. This spiritual suffocating manifests itself in many different responses. Feeling overwhelmed, lonely, guilty, unimportant, ashamed, unsafe, worthless, stupid, left out, incompetent, lost in life, never catching up on tasks, craving a drink, needing coffee to get started, seeing the glass half empty, never getting a break, feeling unattractive, eating to soothe, being passed over, picked last, picked on. Some people feel flat out hopeless, helpless, and even suicidal. Why? According to this research, because they are not spiritually, quote, breathing. I'm more than spiritually breathing. I changed the entire world. Thank you. I think I know how to breathe. I think that the woman who changed the entire world knows how to breathe spiritually. All right, so the real reason why dreaming about being choked is mostly related to emotions, feelings of inability to make your own decisions, to express yourself, and find a solution for the burning issues in your life. The dream of choking someone else is related to lack of interest or animosity towards that particular person, or a sign of not understanding the principle of this individual. The dream of being choked carries a powerful symbolic meaning, but we interpreted only a piece of it. The dream of being choked is often related to the feeling that something is pressing on us, or we do not have the strength to resist the idea that may be not so well for us. In both cases, the feeling this dream leaves is the same. If you are watching someone get strangled, it can be a warning about a physical or spiritual attack. So basically, when George Floyd was in the media, that was a serious warning about a physical and spiritual, emotional, financial, psychological attack. It's almost every day it happens, so it needs constant supply, and it gets really high oppressing me. To dream of being choked represents emotional suffocation, feeling unable to express yourself at all or make your own decisions. You don't have a choice. It's not your decision. You see this? Dreams about suffocation can mean that you are simply too busy. Similar to dreams about drowning, dreams about suffocating can symbolize that your current hectic lifestyle will quite simply be the death of you. Now, if you don't recall, in some of the research and independent journalism that I've done in the past, it indicates that these terrorists have a fascination with drowning. If you dreamed that you were strangled to death, the dream book predicts a serious emotional shock. That emotional shock was attached to the death of Jerron's baby cousin, Jennifer Ofaisa, in a mock death ritual, which really is just a death ritual. But they use these meta models in the media. So they use the meta models, like I just mentioned, in the media, in their propaganda. And they put all of this spell work on the meta model that is standing in place for the original, which happens to be myself. This plot means that you have decided to break off the current love affair, marriage, or business relationship. So the death of Jennifer Ofaisa was done not only to mock me, to cause trauma and suffering, But so the idea was to get it to cause permanent damage in the relationship. The same plot hints at the desire to subordinate someone, to make not just listen, but also perceive. Not just listen, but also perceive. So it's out for sensationalism, and because it's out for sensationalism, this is why it's lying so much. Come to find out, it makes every single penny lying. It sells regurgitated lies. And so the reason why I'm not doing so well financially is because I am not a liar, as it turns out. All right, and so the Dream Bible interpretation of suffocating, to dream of being suffocated, represents feelings of being smothered or oppressed by a person or situation. Something or someone is holding you back, Libra. You may feel unable to express yourself, speak your mind, or are experiencing a lot of stress and tension. The thing that is holding you back, Libra, is the Justice Department. As you can clearly see, it's speaking for itself symbolically. How sick in the head is it of our government, this FBI, this COINTELPRO? Look at how sick they are in their alien agenda to depopulate. So all of this ufology or this UFO harassment, this alien abduction BS, this is all a cover story for sexual harassment and sexual exploitation. This sexual harassment and this sexual exploitation is how the FBI is coercing these targeted individuals or these trafficked victims into committing suicide, accidental suicide via drug overdose, OD. So that was always the plan, to employ harassment methods using obsessive repetition. So these spies that hack and compromise the device, they take the information, they use obsessive repetition to employ these harassment methods, so the trafficked victim receives zero justice, zero restitutions, and zero peace. This is all being done to coerce the victim into committing suicide, okay, via drug overdose. That's why they're using blackmails, because they're blackmailing. Because they're going to use blackmail to suffocate Libra to death and coerce Libra into taking her own life. It says a lot about a woman. It says a lot about a woman's low self-esteem. It says a lot about a woman's shitty, low self-esteem when they have to flash ass and put themselves out here for another man who is not their man. You know how desperately these are silent cries for help. It's mentally ill. And of course, I have to continue to do this program because rich people's kids, they don't go to rehab, they don't go to therapy, they don't go to jail, they don't go to CPS, okay? They don't go to church, they don't do none of this. All of this self-help, this is for people like myself that they have forced into oppressed populations. Rich people and their children don't go to get the help that they need. They don't go to therapy. These covert narcissists will continue to behave and think that the way that they are behaving is normal, is healthy even. It's absolutely not. All right, so I hope you all enjoyed this bit that I wrote for you guys. Thank you all so much for joining me on today's program. If you wouldn't mind, please like, share, subscribe, tip, and donate. $5-10 a week or even a month isn't going to kill you. I know you can afford that. And I am providing way more information than that is even worth. Life-saving information at that. So tips are greatly appreciated. Thank you so much to everybody who has already donated. Thanks so much for your time. Have a beautiful, blessed day and enjoy the rest of your week. Peace. Toodles.